Good morning. This is going to be a very straightforward, what I'm asking you to do doesn't really require very much explanation. So I'm hoping that people, as you're already starting to do, can just jump in and start making arrangements of these tessellating pieces. Each of the different 7 tables has a different kind of tile on it. And I'd encourage you to move around if you've done something for a little while and you're liking what you're doing, but then you've sort of got a feel for it and you want to go and see something else with a different system. I'd encourage you, that's what the idea of the exercise is. And these pieces of paper, you'll see these pieces of paper that I've put down. These are from the worksheets that I gave out, or rather the handouts that I gave out day before yesterday in Baheshir. And what they have are patterns from the Esrefolu Mosque in Baheshir. They have patterns from that mosque that you can recreate with these pieces. So these, as I say, these little pieces of paper here, you can use them as a guide. You'll see on the left-hand side, in fine lines, the underlying polygonal tessellation that creates the pattern. So, yeah, I'm sorry? Yes, not all of them, not the more complex ones, but a large number. Every one of these tables has an example from Esrefolu Mosque, yeah. So, like I say, you can move around from table to table. There's one more demanding pattern here at table 2. Table 2. This is a more demanding pattern, and it's a good one. There are less pieces because these pieces will only really go together to make one pattern. Jean-Marc, you should do this one. It's a good one. So these pieces, the key on this one is that there are 2 varieties of triangle. Yeah, there's 2 varieties. See these 2 varieties? Yes. See they're different? Very different. So they have to go together with these pieces in just the right way, like this, to make this pattern here. Yeah, this is good. Except for these, see? That's the problem. So anytime that you have a question, please just put your hand up or call out to me and I'm happy to come. And I'm going to just move around from table to table. And like I said, after you've done this for a little while on one table, feel happy to move to another table. Also, I've put these sheets here, if I can have your attention for a moment. These sheets here that show tessellations. These are just if you want to have some extra fun trying something new, you can use one of these tessellations, or you can create your own from the pieces, just working with them. This is one of the nice things with these modular systems. That's nice. Yeah, that's really good. Yes?
We're just curious, because I think we've created the pattern just using 3 different shapes, but there's all these different shapes on the table.
That's right. Yeah, the patterns that are represented from the mosque in Baheshir, some of them only have 1 or 2 shapes. They're made really simply with just 1 or 2 shapes, but you'll see that there are many more than those 1 or 2 shapes that I've put out. That's because the system itself has many more shapes. So if you, which is this, table 5? Yes. If you look at page group 5, that's 1. That's 5, 6, and 7. These are all 5-fold patterns. So you can make lots of different patterns with these other pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you can take, like you could take these 2 shapes and you could put them together in this arrangement and you'd get another pattern. Or you could take these 3 shapes and another pattern. On and on and on. Or just do anything you want. You just experiment. This is the same as this. And then, but you can use other shapes to make other arrangements and it'll make lots of different patterns. So those shapes would be the pentagons. No. At the end of this session, at the end of this session, I would encourage all of you to please feel free to help yourself to a handful of the pieces to take with you, so that at home or in your spare time you can continue to play with this. The person who did the laser cutting for this for me was so nice, he didn't charge me any money. So this was all for free, so I should pass that along. Always like that. These pieces always work like this. If you think of it as a ROM instead, I should have cut it as a ROM. I should have been, it would have been better. I should have thought to do that.
So it cannot be that.
No, I think it's like this. I think the ROMs, no.
İkisinin ortasına gelecek. Şimdi bunu yaptık. Bunu da yaptık.
Like this.
Şu birleşme yerine
You have two different.
Yeah.
şimdi şu
Yeah.
bir tane.
And it's on here, less puzzle if you want to read it. Yeah. Yeah, is it okay? Good. Is it okay? Yeah. Yeah, the board, it was easier without the board. If the boards are a little bit wobbly, if the cardboard is wobbly, the tables, for some of them, you might just take the board off and work on the table. It's less wide, but if it's easier. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was going to put ink, but I just didn't have time. These only came the day before I left.
These have to be see-through?
No, they don't have to be. It would be easier if they weren't.
It would be much better than to have white.
White ones with black lines next time. This was done so hurriedly that I'm just happy they're here at all.
They're very glad. They're really fun.
Good. Yeah. And just to let you all know that this table over here, which is table which number? 2, is one of the more challenging ones. If you want to feel more challenged, you can. It's difficult because not all the edges match. Some of the edges match with some pieces, but not with other pieces. So you have to really concentrate. Excuse me? No. It's quite all right.
Okay, thank you.
That's very nice.
How we can make it?
How to make it? I made them with a laser, with the artwork.
Sorry.
Yeah. I used a laser cutter in America. And the laser, because it's plastic, it cuts really easily with the laser. So it's very fast and not very expensive. I don't know how available laser technology is, but I'm sure it's in Turkey because it's everywhere. Yeah. But like I say, you can take some of these when you leave. You can take some with you. I want to encourage people to take them home with them to continue. Yeah.
Okay, you can try it.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, can I use this just for a second? If I could have your attention for just a moment, I just want to mention that in the handout that I gave you the other day, here. There it is. Excuse me. In the handout that I gave you the other day, there were these sheets at the beginning of it. Everybody? Excuse me? There were these sheets of paper at the beginning. Table 2. In the sheets that I gave you the other day, there were these sheets at the beginning of the handout. There were four sheets, and they have different pattern elements. And as I mentioned in the mosque the other day, you should keep these because you can photocopy these and cut them out with some scissors and reproduce them. And this has all of the systems at all 7 of the tables. So take some of the pieces with you, but also use this as a resource for trying other systems. And please, if there's any questions, just call out to me. Yeah.
We don't have, I think we don't have this piece.
Yeah, we don't have that piece. Yeah, we don't have that piece. Okay, my mistake. My mistake. Because that piece is a piece. I apologize. But if I can show you, there's a beautiful thing that, look, there are two different types of this piece right here. See, there's this one here that has the cross in the middle. And there's this one here that the cross has been truncated. And this truncated element does a really beautiful thing. And you see this a lot, including here in Turkey. May I borrow a pentagon? Thank you. Here, whoops, one of these. If you see what happens here, by truncating it, you get the octagon. So this was a very common, well, I wouldn't say common, but a very successful way of introducing an octagon into these patterns.
Because we are missing.
Absolutely. Everything, a missing piece here, but that's not a problem. No? You know. Ta-da. Yeah. You got it. Can I ask you to move to another table so other people could try this and we can do this? Is that okay? Because this is a good one for, I want to get Sarah to try this one. I'd like to mention something. We're going to finish in about 10 minutes, so just to let you know, but also to let you know that the pieces of paper that we're working from, that I handed out the other day, and now they're all sort of disassembled into random assortments, they will be, as a group, they will be available for download on the Istanbul Design Center website. And so if you want to have access to this information in the future, you can download it all conveniently on their website, just to let you know.